welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how I do my bleach out and how I achieve the nice platinum silvery blonde. Also, it's my first impressions on the Defy Damage Bond Protecting and Color Perfecting Treatment by Joico. Yeah, so I use that in my hair. My hair feels so soft. Usually after, this is day one after I bleached it out. Usually after I bleach out my hair, it doesn't feel good until I've washed it and conditioned it. And this is just right after I've done it. So it feels amazing. So if you guys haven't already, it would be so great if you could like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see how I do my bleach out, then just keep watching. The camera does not fall down. But first I'm going to start with the Defy Damage Pro Series. So this is going to protect my hair and help intensify the bleach. So I'm just gonna spray it in on my roots. Oh, whoa. I'm gonna focus more on the top because, well, you don't really see underneath too much, and that it's gross. I'm in a small contained space. The underneath will lift because it's on there the longest. Okay. And then I'm going to section my hair off with these jaw clamps. The smaller the sections you have, the easier it is to work with the hair. It's easier to apply the bleach and it stays neater. So just going to, oh, I gotta comb this through. And I gotta comb the spray through. But you don't want to irritate the scalp too much because then the bleach is going to hurt a lot more. I'm just going to give a little spray in under here. When I use this on my sister-in-law's hair, who's probably like a level 4, she's pretty dark, the blonde was just so much brighter than it usually gets. So I was so excited to try it out on my hair. Okay. All right, so I have about 5 sections, including this piece, and I am just going to spray this underneath because this hair is pretty fragile, so I want to protect it. And lightly comb it through. I'm going to be using the Blonde Life bleach today. Levels of fast acting lift up to 9 levels. I find out of all the Joico bleaches, this is definitely the one that gets my hair the lightest. So I'm just gonna mix that up and then I will record some of me applying the bleach. All right, so I'm going to start applying the bleach. Just gonna part this section down the middle. And just paint it on the roots. And then I'm just gonna take a thin vertical section and keep going. So I've probably been doing my own hair for 20 years. When I was a teenager, I used to go to the drugstore and buy those packages that you got the cap in and the hook and your own bleach to mix at home. And I was doing my own hair forever until I went to hair school and learned that I shouldn't be using those products, but just always continued on doing my own hair. When I did funkier looks and had foils done, my husband would do it for me because he was also a hairstylist, but for the most part, I've always done my own hair. So I would not recommend bleaching out your hair if you don't have any kind of cosmetology experience, because this could go very, very wrong. You're using very strong products that could do harm to your scalp or your hair. And I've seen a lot of fails on the internet when people are experimenting with their hair. So if you do have the experience, go for it. And if you don't, just leave that up to your hairstylist. But you can definitely recommend these products that I'm using to your hairstylist. All right, I'm gonna continue up my hair and I will come back to filming once I'm near the top, because it's just the same process from here on up and it would be like 20 minutes of silence for you to watch. So I will come back when I'm nearing the end. All right, I'll give you guys a look at how I do my side pieces. Everyone's always like, oh my gosh, how do you do it? Well, I have this, which helps a lot. And just, I guess, the experience of always doing my own hair. You just get so used to it. I remember I was working at a hair salon before I was married and had kids, and I learned how to do my own gel nails, and I tried doing it on someone else and it just felt so backwards and I couldn't do it, and everyone was like, oh, you always have the nicest nails, do my nails. And I'm like, I can't, I don't know how, it's backwards for me. So it's just something you get used to, I guess, and flexibility. And you really want to take nice thin sections because you want that bleach to really apply evenly and really saturate the hair, or you're going to get a lot of patchiness. And really get those little hairs around your face, because if they don't get bleached, you can really notice them sticking out after. All right, I'll show you guys the top. All right, the top I do a little differently, so I will show you how I apply it. And the top is usually the hardest part for me because it's harder to see what's on top. So we're just going to go in and paint down the line. And then we're going to split it here in the middle. And paint on either side. I'm going to make 4 sections. Bleaching your hair is like painting. You're all excited, like painting a bedroom. You're all excited to see a new color, change it up. You get everything prepared, and then once you're doing it, you're like, when will this end? Why did I do this? All right, so we have our 4 sections. So I'm just going to go in like this, take a slice, and paint on either side. Again, taking very fine sections. All right, I'm going to finish up these back 2 pieces and then show you how I do the front section. Okay, so now we are at my front section. So I'm just going to go in, take some thin strips going across, and just paint it on either side. And this is probably about as long as I would want my root to be. When I'm doing my bleach out, I wouldn't want it any longer. I probably should have done it maybe 2 weeks sooner, because once the roots get too long, you're gonna get a yellow ring here when you're bleaching it out. By the root, it's gonna be very, very blonde, white, and then you're gonna get the yellow ring, and there's nothing you can do about it. The hair is just resistant as it's starting to grow out, and it just makes it harder to achieve a pale light blonde. So this is as long as I would want it. This is probably about 6 to 8 weeks, actually more like 8 weeks of regrowth. So I'm probably looking at doing it every 7 to 8 weeks to keep it as light as possible. And if it's too short, then it's harder to work with. It's harder to keep it away from the other blonde, which you are going to touch the other blonde. It's going to happen even when your hairstylist is doing it. And there's always casualties when there's bleach. Like, you just have to accept that there's going to be a little bit of breakage, and you just want to minimize that as much as possible. I'm just gonna finish this side, and I will show you guys when it is all applied and when I'm going under the dryer. All right, the bleach is all applied on my roots. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Defy Damage Protective Conditioner, and I'm just going to put some on my ends. I'm just going to stagger it throughout, just like having kind of like a conditioning treatment and just kind of protecting the dry ends. Just a little bit around my face, around these bang pieces. I don't want any of the bleach to touch the conditioner because it will stop the bleaching process and or weaken it. So I don't want to do that. And then I'm just gonna go and put a bag on my head and sit under the dryer. All right, I got it to the level that I wanted it to. Already it looks brighter. I have to wash it off to see because the color of the blue bleach kind of masks any golden hues that are in it, but just by looking at it the way it is now, it looks like it's probably a couple levels lighter. So I will wash it. I will show you what it looks like wet, and then I will tone it. All right, this is it washed and wet. I would definitely say there's about 1 level difference in the blonde, like a level to a half a level lighter. It feels great. It does not feel gummy at all or fragile. So I have the smock on because it's going to get really messy with the toner, and today I am using Pulp Riot. So I'm going to use the Icy, and I'm going to use the Silver Fox. This part I'm not going to film because I have to get this on very quickly because it processes really fast. Not like the Joico toners usually give you a little bit more leeway. So I am going to section this again and see what I can get on my roots, and then I'm just going to go upstairs and pull it all through in the bathtub and get it all on as quick as possible. So I will show you what the hair looks like after it's toned. Okay, so this is it after it's been toned. It's got a nice violet silverish hue to it. It looks darker than it's gonna be when it's dry. When it's dry, it will look like a lot more of a silver blonde, and it did a great job toning out any of the warmth. So the second step to the Defy Damage Pro Series is the Bond Strengthening Color Treatment. So that goes on after you've bleached, washed, toned. So now I'm going to put this in the hair and leave it on for about 5 minutes. And then I will show you guys what my hair looks like dry. Alright guys, this is the color blow dried. My hair feels very smooth and healthy, very strong. The Defy Damage is definitely something that I will be using during my bleach outs, especially for the protection part and for the longevity of the toner lasting. As for lifting it much lighter, I would say it was about half a level lighter. Sometimes what I like to do is a couple weeks after my toner has faded, I will go in with a very light level of bleach using a lighter peroxide level and just kind of touch up any spots that I feel are really brassy or golden. But I don't think that I'll have to do that this time. So I will list in the description box below all the products that I used, shampoo, conditioner, all of that to for how I achieved this color. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again soon.